Hey guys, welcome to my channel or back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how much money I made in 2025 as a smaller content creator. I still consider myself pretty small, but I know some people are telling me I should stop calling myself so small anymore. But I think I'm going to break it down by, okay, Amazon, I made this much in January, this much in December. These are my biggest tips for Amazon. I think I'm going to tell you my biggest tips for every platform. And then, okay, Facebook, YouTube, brand deals, and then at the very end or after all that, I'll share, okay, in January total, I made this much. And then in the last month of the year, December, I made this much. And then total for 2025, this is how much I made. I'm super excited. I love money transparency all the time. So if you're someone who likes someone who's open like that, I share short form videos like that too, just kind of updating you guys throughout the year. But here is my total. I do have my 5-month-old Leviticus playing over here. So if you hear noises or little screeches, that would be him. But let's just jump right into this. And I think it's going to be a lot of work to put all the numbers on the screen, but I think I'm going to do it for you guys because I'm a visual gal, so I get it. First, we'll start with Amazon, and I'm just gonna list them off, starting with January. I'm not gonna say January, February. I'm just gonna list them off month by month, and you'll figure out on number 11, it's gonna be November. Okay, guys? Hopefully that's okay. So this is my Amazon storefront. I post stuff onto Amazon, photos, videos, idea lists, collages. I sometimes link it on my other platforms, and this is anytime someone buys something from my link, or if I just send them to the Amazon app, they do some shopping for other stuff they need, and then they buy something within 24 hours, I still earn commission, even if they didn't buy what was from my link, if that makes sense. So again, starting with January, we're gonna start with Amazon. So $1,202.19, and then $245.17, $130.62, $116.88, $276.51, $123.92, $178.28, $111.80, $186.63, $176.31, $67.75, and then December, $178.01. I used to have this explore page on Amazon where people could just kind of like scroll like you do on TikTok, and they don't have that anymore, and I think that's really brought down my Amazon numbers. If any of you do Amazon, you have to let me know if you noticed this year was a bit lower for you too, because I was linking stuff, posted on my storefront all the time. So my biggest tips for Amazon is definitely linking your stuff everywhere. If you record a video of a product, and it can be products that you bought on Amazon or not. So say I have this pigeon bottle. I did buy this on Amazon, but say I got this at Walmart. I don't even know if I have these at Walmart. I can still link it on Amazon. You don't have to just link stuff you buy on Amazon. So say I take a video talking about this, why I love this bottle. I'm gonna post that to my storefront. I'm gonna post that to TikTok and be like, go to my storefront. I'm gonna post this to my Instagram story, link it, and go to Facebook, link it. Literally, you're already recording the content for it. Just put it in a couple other spots and always put that link. And then my second biggest tip for Amazon, I think this is kind of obvious, but a lot of influencers only have the idea list. They're like, okay, these are my skincare favorites. These are my living room finds. But that's not where the money is, because for photos and videos that you post on Amazon, they can put onto product pages. So again, say this bottle, I take a video of it, maybe be using it, or I'm making a bottle, and I put it onto Amazon. Pigeon can go ahead, or I don't know if Pigeon does it or Amazon. One of them takes that video, puts it on the product page. You know when you're scrolling on a product and it's like, okay, here's all the details of the product, here's the reviews, there's a spot that says videos. And then if anyone clicks on videos, they go and watch my pigeon bottle video. Then they decide, okay, I'll buy that pigeon bottle. I earn commission. So if you're someone just doing idea lists, you don't have the opportunity to have those idea lists. They're not putting idea lists under these things. So photos and videos will help your stuff get put all over Amazon. And obviously Amazon is a huge platform. So the more photos and videos you do, the better. Let's talk about the money I made on TikTok now. And this is going to combine how much I was paid for just people watching my videos, and then also paid for TikTok Shop, which is where I post videos of products and I link it on the screen. So I also think that it started off better earlier in the year, and then I stopped doing as many videos, and it definitely went down. I also think TikTok Shop was less annoying for people at the beginning, and now like everyone does it and people are less interested. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. So again, TikTok starting in January and going through December. Okay, $769.55, $557.85, $602.19, $1,926.74, $488.38, $810.73, $1,063.13, $623.30, $325.20, $294.55, and $461.89. My biggest tips for making money on TikTok are to post longer videos, obviously, because getting paid for views, your videos have to be longer. So doing longer videos, but when you're doing longer videos, cut out all the parts where you're blabbing, nothing's going on, you're not talking, parts where people will be like, okay, I'm kind of getting bored now, skip. So just keep it very interesting the whole time, make the videos longer, be controversial on there. People always are watching your videos more, commenting, engaging, which gets your videos pushed out when you're controversial. Whether it's talking about your beliefs, your marriage, I don't know, stuff that people would definitely be like, oh, I don't agree with that, or I do agree with that, you know, stuff where there's sides to it really helps. And then obviously TikTok shop. I think you get more followers if you do less TikTok shop, because people don't love when people are like spamming TikTok shop videos, but TikTok shop videos can earn you so much money. I had one product that I linked that literally made me over thousands of dollars in TikTok shop. Let me look quick. In 2024, yeah, I was getting like thousands a month from this one product, which I think is why I made a decent amount into 2025 too, because I was still earning from that one product. And I still earn from that one product today, so not nearly as much. But so lots of TikTok shop videos. I think the more you post, whether it's TikTok shop or normal TikTok videos, the more likely you're able to go viral and possibly get paid more for views or get those TikTok shop commission. So just post a lot, be controversial, be real, be raw. People like when you're not perfect. And share TikTok shop videos. Now let's talk Facebook. I actually started the year with, I think, 200 followers on Facebook, and I ended the year with 11,000, which some people might think that's a big difference. Some people might not. But I was stuck at 1,400 for months. I think it got to like spring 1,400, and then 1,400 until randomly in, I think, end of August, early September. I don't know what happened. I gained thousands of followers. I got monetized. You have to request to get monetized, and usually it takes a while to get approval. And I randomly got approved, and I was like, cool. So January through August, I made $0 on Facebook, and I was posting daily. Not a dime on there, obviously, because I wasn't monetized. Then I got monetized, and in September, the first month of being monetized, I made $5.61, which I thought was cool because it was content I was already posting. I wasn't doing anything extra. And then October, $84.50. Again, I'm like, cool, I was already gonna post this stuff anyways, $84. November, $390.45. And obviously I'm like, that's quite a bit, like, that's good. That's more than other platforms are paying me. And then December, $1,379.27 for content I was already gonna be posting, because I post the same stuff on all my platforms for the most part. So it's like I was already gonna be posting that. I posted it on TikTok. I was gonna put it on Facebook anyway. An extra $1,300, almost $1,400 from stuff I was already gonna do. Facebook honestly is great commission. If you're not doing Facebook and you're trying to make money on social media, do it. That's my biggest tip, honestly. No, but for Facebook tips for maximizing your earnings, I did realize from going to the $5 to $1,300 is a big thing I did was, one, I was again controversial, but two is Facebook groups. Join Facebook groups that are related to what you post. If you post thrifting videos, join thrifting Facebook groups. You can just search it and then like join these groups, public groups. And then anytime you post a thrifting video, go to your post, click share, click groups, and post it in all these thrifting groups you joined. Or I do a lot of motherhood content, and I joined like 10 mom groups, all with decent amount of followers, you know, from 10,000 to 100,000 followers. And if I post something that I think the group would like, I share it. I sometimes do dessert recipes. I join some dessert groups, post my dessert recipes in those groups. It has helped so much. It helps people find my account that would actually love my account, which I think is also why I started growing a lot more at the end of the year, you know, 1,400 to 11,000 in like 4 months. And then Facebook doesn't seem to like links. So if you're ever linking products, instead of putting the link in the post, be like, put the link emoji and say link emoji and then in comments, and then put the link in the comments. I hear that makes Facebook think you're less spam-like. And then also Reels. On Facebook, Reels are gonna get you more followers, more money than stories and posts, like photo posts, text posts, any of that. So if you're trying to make good money, post the Reels and post as many as you can. I also love Facebook because your videos only have to be 10 seconds long to be able to make money. And even if I have 1,000 views, I'm still earning a couple dollars. Like, are you kidding me? TikTok is not like that at all. So highly recommend Facebook, and those are my tips for Facebook. Now let's talk about LTK. LTK is an app where you can basically post photos and videos and link products, kind of like an Amazon storefront or like a TikTok shop. So I had actually joined this in 2024, I think the end of 2024. I didn't try super hard and I kind of gave up because I wasn't earning anything. I started taking it seriously kind of close to the end of my pregnancy, I think late spring of 2025. And so January through August, $0 on LTK, even though I started taking it seriously a little bit before that. And then I started getting some money deposited. I did make $27, $29 in September. October, I didn't make enough to get deposited, so $0. And then November, $298.50. That's when I got my first collab on there. Collabs on there pay really well, actually. And it was pretty easy to do. So once you post enough and stuff, you're able to join the LTK collabs. So I highly recommend posting a lot, getting good enough to do the collabs, because that's where you earn the real money. And then I didn't do any collabs in December, so I made $25.17. That's just videos I was already posting for TikTok Shop or Amazon, and I just used that same content and uploaded to LTK and added the links. So just repurposing that content is probably my biggest tip for there, and just do all the stuff. And then also what I've noticed is to get more sales and people interested in clicking these links on your LTK is do the Instagram DMs, which is where you take your LTK post, click share, click Instagram DM or Instagram post, and then click the DM option. And then it gives you this thing to paste in your Instagram post. And then it'll say like comment, link or something, I forget what it is. And then it will DM you the link. And you don't have to do any work. I don't know how it works, but it does it for you automatically. So if someone comments that, it'll automatically DM them the link. You don't have to do anything. And that's just a great way to earn the extra commission. And then obviously, like I said, one of my biggest tips is posting enough to be able to join the collaborations, because that's where good money is at. With YouTube commission, I actually wasn't monetized this year, so I made $0 all of the months. But I did have some YouTube collaborations, which I made good money from, actually. I feel like brands like to pay a lot more for long form content, even though I get a lot less views on my YouTube content. I don't know. So I'm counting that collab money towards my brand deals category. So $0 for YouTube directly. Etsy, I sell brand email lists, a couple things for creators, all that stuff. All these will be in my YouTube description if you want to see what's on my Etsy. But so I'll just list off how much I made. I don't think I uploaded really anything new this year, maybe a couple things. Levi is finishing his bottle now. So Etsy, starting with January, $93.41, $83.05, $82.67, $20.34, $44.22, $20.60, $54.90, $10.40, $0, $30.30, $36.37, $0. And I didn't do much for this at all. I probably spent a total of a couple hours on it. You got to burp? I do want to start taking Etsy not more seriously, but just work on it more in 2026, because I think it's good passive income and it's pretty easy to make digital files for people. That's what I do, by the way. That's what I sell. I don't even say that. I sell digital files. My biggest tip for that is to just post as many digital files as you can. Digital files, you obviously don't have to make stuff at home. You don't have to deal with shipping. Use Canva. There's some tutorials on there, and then you can make Christmas cards, brand email lists, literally anything. Like if you go on Etsy, you can see what digital products are doing well, I guess, see what's selling. And it's passive income, like I said, and it's stuff that can sell for years and years to come. Even if you made it in 2024, people will be buying it in 2027. So that's I guess that's probably my biggest tip for Etsy. Now let's talk collaborations, brand deals. When brands pay me for content, whether it's content I post to my platforms or I send to them and they can post onto their platforms, I just have it all combined. This year's pretty well. I got my first 2 monthly retainers. I had never had them before, which means we have a contract we'll work together for this many months and they're gonna pay me this much every month for this much content. So that was super exciting. That really helped boost my earnings. You'll see it gets quite a bit higher near the end of the year. Yeah, so starting with January, $805.72, $652.17, 140, 742.62, 508.63, 787.04, 350, $2,034.61, $2,147.90, and $1,300. So those last couple months were pretty good. My 1 monthly retainer didn't quite get paid before the end of the month, otherwise I would have gotten an additional $600, but that'll go into my January income for this year. My biggest tips for brand deals is have a goal to reach out to a certain amount of brands every single day or every single week. Be like, every day I'm gonna DM one brand. It's not that hard. Just think of brands you use, you love, you hear about, or email them. DM and email, I find I get about the same amount of collabs either way, so don't overthink that. I do have a brand email list down below in my link tree if you want to check that out, where I have a huge list of brand emails, especially ones that I've worked with. Another tip I have is get those monthly retainers. One of them that I currently do that pays me good money is they asked for one collab. We did it. I said, hey, I loved working with you. I enjoy your products. Want to discuss a monthly retainer? They said yes. So now instead of working with a ton of different brands and having to deal with that and organize that, I have literally 2 brands that I work with a month currently, and it all started from one collaboration, and we actually ended our contract for one and we're starting a new one that's longer. I'm getting paid more, I'm having to do less. So you just have to I think you just have to find those brands you really love, they love you, you work together good, and then just keep raising those prices as you grow and you get better. And that's all I have to say about that, honestly. Those are my biggest tips, I think, for that. So, commission with other brands. I do have some affiliate links, discount codes. So if I'm like, oh, if you use this code, you can get money off. I do earn some money from that. I don't really advertise them at all, so I made just a little bit. In February, I made $57.64. In April, I made $28.68. And in May, I made $5.10, and then 0 the rest of the months. And then my recommendations with that is you should definitely promote them, because I find when I do share videos with the discount code and stuff, I do earn more. So I definitely should get better at that. It's super easy to get discount codes too. A lot of times you don't even have to like discuss much with a brand. If you go to a website of a brand you like, say Rare Beauty, and you go through like the tabs, usually there'll be a spot that says like affiliate or ambassador, and it will just give you the information to sign up. And a lot of times you just get a discount code. Sometimes they send free products or whatever. So honestly, do that with brands you already use and love, and just go see if their website is a spot to apply. You sound like you're about to spit up. And then put those in your link tree and videos where you use the products and all that. So let's talk totals for the year. And then I think Mr. Leviticus is ready for a nap. So January through December, and then we'll state the total for the whole year. If you watch any of my other little videos talking about how much I make, this is going to be a little bit lower because I was counting Facebook Marketplace sales in that, and I'm not doing that for this. I do sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm not going to count that towards my content creation income for this video. So starting with January, $2,870.87. February, $1,595.88. March, $955.48. April, $2,835.26. May, $1,322.84. June, $1,405.25. July, $1,796.31. August, $1,532.54. September, $1,085.53. October, $2,650.92. November, $3,235.52. And then December, $3,344.34. So total in 2025, as a smaller content creator that started with about 30,000 followers across my platforms and ended with about 100,000 followers across my platforms, and from all those sources of income that I just shared with you, we made $24,630.74. I'm super grateful for all of you that watch, follow, engage, literally everything. Click my links. It helps me out so much and be able to stay home with my little guy. And I love sharing money transparency, and I'm sure I'll make more videos like this in the future. So if you like them, be sure to subscribe. And I can't wait to see where 2026 takes us.